Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host Lipstickpaddy, and we're over on Gamefound at the minute. Now, backing Secrets of the Green World, which is an absolutely amazing box kit for RPG, but it kind of says this is everything you need to play the game, but you don't have dice. So, we're going over to the AR Vault. Yeah, the Awaken Rain Vault. They've got story dice, but they've also got RPG dice. So let's go and have a look, shall we? Yep, I bagged some of these. I'll go down, I'll tell you what I've got, basically. But let's first go to that then. So, bang, add-ons. They've got these RPG dice. They've got some amazing glass dice. Glass dice are considered a luxury above acrylic. You could argue they are sideways to metal. Metal dice can deform over time, they can damage tables, whereas glass have the same weight. But if you look at metal, they can just be cast, but glass needs to be engineered properly if it's proper glass. That's why they kind of be a bit more expensive. And you can't etch them like you can with acrylic, so... But the way they've put the numbers on here looks very, very high quality. And when you deal with Awaken Realms anyway, you know you're going to get a best in class for quality. They pride themselves on that. So yeah, I've got some Doom glass. I've gone for the purple. I've gone for the blue. The purple one look fantastic. In fact, my wife will grab these as soon as she sees them when we're playing RPG. And yeah, you don't necessarily need dice for each class. People just gravitate to the dice. It's like they would just want their colour no matter what class they are on. Yeah, so you get a nice full set. Nice turquoise ones over here. It's my son's favourite colour, so I'm assuming he's going to gravitate to these as well. And all that good stuff. I do like the red. I would love to see a yellow version, as yellow is the dice I like to go with in game. So anyhow, there is maybe some more coloured dice. We don't know yet. It does seem a bit weird they're offering 3 colours, because if you're role playing you normally have 4 around the table playing. So where's the 4th colour? Awaken Realms, where is it? And yeah, now you can do stretch pay for these dice if necessary. Now they do have these special game dice that are for the Awaken Realms games. I do have Tainted Grail, and I put some of these Tainted Grail dice on my pledge. They actually change the game, these dice. They come with a different rule set, and for example, Tainted Grail here, the Guardian dice here is going to make it a little bit more predictable, I guess. So you can actually position your attack. You can kind of ambush the Guardian, something like this. So that's pretty good. And this kind of new D6, you can see the card that they're coming with. They have a little bit of a rule change. Yeah, and I thought it was cheap enough. You know, two dice, custom dice with new rules, make the game a little bit easier. That is lovely. More strategic, actually. Less, because the difficulty come with a random. This is bringing a bit of predictability in. And I'm guessing if you've got the other games here, you probably want to get these. There's loads of people in the comments asking about these dice. You just need to click on them and they'll tell you exactly what they are. They'll tell you how they're changing up the game, what the rule set is, and stuff like that. And for example, the Tainted Grail dice, that's good with the new King expansion that's on Gamefound, and the Nemesis game in the future. It's still in development. They don't know if this Space Cat thing is going to be with it, but I mean, come on. When the Nemesis future Kickstarter Gamefound site comes out, you guarantee this will be an add-on. Most likely. In fact, there's 2 dice for Nemesis, isn't there? And if any of these games come to reprint, this will be it. This will be part of the update, I'm guessing, unless they plan on doing the story dice once a year. And all that stuff, because people are asking, like, you've got some upcoming games on Awakened Realms, and are you going to introduce any dice here? And they're like, no, the game has to come first. we need to know we've got so many members, so many boxes sold. For example, that they're not going to do dice for the other games that are already out, at least not in this instance anyway. Depends how much people cry about it. Now, there's no mention of getting a bag here for your dice. I guess you're just probably going to leave them in the box, is the concept of it. They'll probably have a little inset with the dice. So you've got a dice box. I guess that's nice. And you've got the nice top on it showing you what's going to be in there. I kind of like that, actually. But I don't know if that's the same with these, though. Are these just going to go in your box? No, I think that's... If there's anything missing here, it's how are they packaged? How are we saving these? Will they fit in the box? That's what we need to know. Because there's this beautiful wooden box here. Look at that. It looks absolutely outstanding. $35, though, for it. Just to put some dice in. It's a little bit extreme, but it is gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous. It does say it's concept work, though, and obviously it looks like it's metallic closing and all that good stuff. It says it will be a sculpted dragon relief art on each box. Awesome, isn't it? I mean, if you will be able to add stuff in the late pledge, and this is something that I might add in for because I like to DM, and you've got the monsters dice, haven't you? So put the red dice in here, the Doom dice, and you've got like an awesome. You've got an awesome DM set for the baddies, right? So exciting. So yeah, I mean, I like to DM, and I also like to come and play a character, because no one likes to play a healer. I actually like healer, and I like bard, whatever's the team wants. So I generally DM and do the healer. They just prefer to tank or DPS, That's my game group is all about that. But I guess I was like that when I used to play video games, but I kind of, when I was playing World of Warcraft, I've always had mages and DPS characters, and then I finally didn't understand why anyone would do healing, and then I switched to healing, and I fell in love with healing. I fell in love with it. It's now my main character in World of Warcraft is a healer, because I love it. And if you've never tried a healing class in D&D, do try it. You will love it, because it's the way you save people, and you are the most important part of the party. Anyway, so here, if you've got any of these games, totally going to want to get this. It's adding extra gameplay, it's adding more luxury, and why Lipstickpaddy? Are you paying all this money just for dice? Because when I want to do a RPG evening, I want to gift my players with the most incredible evening to remember it. Epic dice. Epic tabletop view, how it looks, and Secrets of the Greenwald, for example, that's got something, over 20 different maps. It's got loads of skinny minis. It's even got music. So if you go in a tavern, it has tavern music. If you're in a forest, you can play the forest MP3. It's like an amazing starter set for RPG, and it's fantastic. An amazing 5e starting campaign. And here you can really push it out with some incredible dice. So yeah, now the other stuff on here is kind of, I've got to really scratch my head about it. you know, story dice, this kind of stuff is, you could potentially roll these as part of the story, right? So how does the NPC feel? You roll the dice, and instead of looking at the numbers, you can look at the reaction of the NPC. Is the concept of these kind of story dice. So, you know, you walk into a room, how many enemies are in there? Roll the dice and see what you get, and this stuff. The D100, if you're not aware of this, it's called the percentile dial. It's just 10-20, so it's a 10-sided die, 10-20. And you'll be rolling that with the D10 so that you get a percentage. So if you roll a 50 on the D100 and then you roll a 5 on the D10, that's going to be 55. And if you roll a 0-0 and the 0 on the D10, that's going to get you the 100. That's how that works. But yeah, guessing most people know that if you're coming here for some RPG. But yeah, hopefully if you are coming in here, you can comment in here without pledging. So if you do want to see more colours in here, get in those comments and get hammering them so we do get some more colours here, because there's a vote going on for more RPG dice, but they are the vote, let me show you this, it's bonkers. Vote a dragon die, a dungeon die, or a town die. Do you not understand role players, peeps? You want coloured dice for your players. What are you doing these dice for role play for? I don't know, beggars belief, I don't know. So yeah, dice to enhance your games, yes. The accessory there for the Dungeon Master, you're only going to need one of them for the Dungeon Master's dice. You've got some fantastic Dungeon Master dice here with the red ones that are glass, fantastic. Got amazing ones here for players, we need to see more colours. The Adventure dice, Blessed dice, Curse dice, not really interested about that, really. Be interested to see how many people actually get them. They'll know their numbers, and you know, I don't know. This is kind of role playing away from a DM book. That's what I feel it is. It's like a dice to determine your downtime. So what did your character want to do? Go and drink a beer, go to the library, go for a walk outside. Okay. Determine NPC behavior. Are they going to be kind? Are they going to be more cunning against you? This is a little bit weird, isn't it? The emotion of an NPC, a random emotion. At the end of the day, the DM is supposed to be telling the story. She's supposed to be making that story fun for everybody. He's trying to entertain. And that's what makes a good DM. I don't know why you'd have these dice to determine how an NPC would react. I don't know. Part of the DM is becoming like an actor, isn't it? You're trying to kind of portray these people. I don't know how good peeps are at that. Maybe you would like to have these dice. Dice to determine what player characters perceive at the moment. Weird that you want these. Weather! Dice to determine the weather conditions. They're just a little bit bonkers, aren't they? More NPC reactions and dice to determine the development of the scene. Like, I don't know. I think these are the most popular one requested I've seen in the comments is the koi dice with the fish in them. A lot of people are just asking for like D6s. No, these are for role-playing sets, basically. It would be interesting if they did a bag of 6 D6, so you could kind of replace dice in your board game boxes, but there it is. So stretch pay is in 5 installments, by the way, if you're planning on doing that. And they've got an interesting rest of the world eco and rest of the world FedEx, and so they've actually got 2 cheaper. They've got 2 options for rest of the world, which is very cool. If you are going to put that wooden box on, though, it's going to stump up the shipping by quite a lot, isn't it? But you can see here, it determines the weight of it, which is nice. And if you look at the pledge, you can sometimes see the weight, in the pledge. But anyway, no need to stretch pay this. We've got a budget for dice that we allocated for our RPG. So it's coming out of our dice budget. We've got like a roleplay budget and a board game budget. And we are stretching the board game budget with stretch pay, of course. But yeah, it's looking great. I'd love to know your thoughts on this stuff. And should you sun drop your stuff? Of course you should. And it looks like they are not just going to sun drop it, but they're actually going to paint in the numbers as well. So they're actually doing more than what they normally do here with the looks of these dice. Certainly the ones I've got numbers on. Some people are requesting coloured sun drop. It doesn't work like that. In fact, the sun drop is just a wash. If you want them to be coloured, you can put a washed colour over the top. It would work. And the benefit of this wash is if you put a coloured wash over it, you'll get the shading effect. It'd be good to do that anyway. Blah 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 blah. Story dice. This video, One Shot Questers. This guy's like he does like comedy sketches for role-playing games. That is a fun video. It's less than 2 minutes. A good one. I recommend you watch that. And On Table, she does some dice testing. I love On Table board gaming channel, and it's just fantastic camera, and the camera work's outstanding. The editing's great. So you get to see her dice rolling these and testing the quality out. So that's fantastic. But otherwise, shipping's cheap. They've got stretch pay. You can add what you want. You don't need to add for a pledge. You can just get 1 dice pack if you want. You can just totally come in here and say, I want those red ones, and check out. That's fine. And the red ones and the wooden box. I'm looking at that more and more. It is concept work and work in progress. So when they have that in the update, which is probably post-campaign, then I'll kind of snipe it then, I guess. But I do want to see how the dragon thing looks, because that is going to be the... if it turns out like that, but 3D, it's going to be exceptional, isn't it? We'll see how that turns out. But at the minute, I'm tentative over that. But yeah, want to see more coloured dice? So if you're on the same boat as me, get in the comments and start hammering them, and hopefully we'll get some movement. Because again, the kind of voting on dice nobody's asking for, in my opinion. I mean, there's 4,000 backers, we'll say, and how many voted? Just over 1,000. So a lot of people not real. I just voted for the sake of voting. I don't know. I mean, there's 2 different shoppers here, right? 3. You've got 1 that wants the story dice, 2 that want the Awakened Realm dice to upgrade their games, and 3rd, you've got the RPG players that could come here and get a set of their own dice. Yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, it's gonna be using the best resin that they've got. Absolutely, they've gone for gold coloring, which of course is the best color for resin dice, 100%. And it just looks absolutely stunning, peeps. If you can't get yourself to a convention and go to all the dice dealers, this is at least one way you're going to get very, very high quality dice from these peeps. And I'm on board with that. Everybody is happy that these dice coming from Awakened Realms. It's fantastic that we've got one company coming up and saying these are the best dice we've found and we're going to offer them. Amazing. And at the end of the day, if you think dice has a huge profit margin, no, it doesn't. I mean, yeah, you can use the cheapest acrylic. You could do that if you wanted, but they get more expensive when they're translucent. When they're using a holographic foil in the center, they are way more expensive to produce. They need the extra steps when creating. It's not just a cast. You are adding this into the cast, and sometimes you manually have to mix these around. You can see, like in here, they've mixed in dark blue and lighter blue here. There's like different marbling effect in these. So yeah, you are, and it's super high quality here, absolutely. And I'm guessing if you buy 2 packs of these, you look at 2 dice together, they will be different due to the way they're made. Because you can't just have a machine that mixes it in. You kind of pour the resin mix in and you add what you want to put in, but if you're adding colours in it, you've got to pipette them in carefully and spread them around carefully. And it's deterministic on how it's spreading when you go in it. If you watch any dice creating videos, you'll kind of learn a bit more about dice and all that stuff. And I think $20 for a dice set is good value anyway. An average set costs $16 if you look on Amazon for a decent set, and glass dice, they are starting around $40. So you're getting good equal value, I guess. You're not getting it cheap, of course, but you'd be paying for quality here, and the shipping is cheap as well. So around the world for me. Anyway, 6 days left. Let's hope more colours come and I can add more coloured dice to my pledge. Otherwise, it'll either be late pledge or maybe this is going to come around next year and they'll offer more colours then and I'll just have to collect it when it comes around then. But anyway, this is a fantastic start from Awakened Realms and I hope they do return, and because when these first dice go out there and people do videos on them, how cool they are, and when people play RPG nights and people have got their dice, they can go, oh my god, these dice are amazing, where do you get them from? Oh, you got to wait for story dice from Awakened Realms. And so hopefully this will get bigger and bigger. So this should really be called Season 1 for me, and hopefully they will come back next year and all that good stuff. But please do some more dice colours, Awakened Realms. Why not? All that good stuff. But anyway, it's absolutely fantastic what they're doing here. A little bit question marks on some of the story dice. But I'm a happy camper. I've got stuff in my shopping cart and I'm checking out. So it's all really cool. And get on that box. I want to see a real picture of what it looks like before I add it. Good times to be a role player person. It really is. And if you're a DM, there's some good, super nice stuff here for you too, isn't there? Well, there's my 2 cents on the AI Vault story dice. I did question why people would be sinking $100 into dice like story dice, but for a set of roleplay dice, it's a different story. That comes from a different budget and all that good stuff. But anyway, Guards of Atlantis exploding. Endeavour looks like it's plateaued, and Secrets of the Greenworld has plateaued also. This needs to get more love out there, peeps. What it's doing is incredible. And you see my video why I'm so excited for Secrets of the Greenworld. Really is cool. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Love to know your thoughts down below. I've been your host, Lipstickpaddy. This is Kickstarter Radio 102.4 on Gamefound, checking out the story dice and the amazing roleplay dice that they have there. So you take care, stay safe, and bye for now.